Test, test. Testing. Well, good afternoon, folks. We're just about ready to get underway here in about 10 minutes, doing a little bit of a sound check. Hope you're excited for some Laurentian Voyageurs lacrosse. Going to be a good one against the Guelph Gryphons. Looking for a big W here to open the season. First game of the season. Looking forward to that, so stay tuned. Looks like they're just about getting ready here, and we will be back. The broadcast is staying on, but I will be back in about, give or take, 10 minutes. See you then. Folks, like I said, we're just about getting ready here to see the kickoff to the 2025 CUFLA Lacrosse season here for the Laurentian Voyageurs up against the Guelph Gryphons here in Sudbury. It's a pretty chilly one, as it always is up in Sudbury. I guess that's kind of the comes with the turf. We got a good turnout nevertheless. Got to be a solid at least 50 some odd people here already before the game's even started. And we expect that number to just grow and grow as the day goes on. We're just getting ready here as the two teams in the middle of their huddles, getting ready to go. I think we'll see the opening here in a second. But boy, man, am I excited for this kickoff to this season. The Voyageurs, of course, last season was quite one to forget. That's putting it lightly, but you know, there's the best game you'll ever play is the one that's about to happen, and Voyageurs are going to embody that all season. We're looking for a great season coming up. The Guelph Gryphons, of course, a very, very strong team last year and are looking to continue that dominance this year. Hopefully, Laurentian can stave them off for the first game of the season, but you know, we'll have to see how that goes. If you do notice that we have any technical difficulties over the course of the next a couple hours of programming, do not turn off your stream. It is probably us. That seems to be the theme of the day, and we're just about to get going here, so stay tuned, and we will be right back with the opening face-off. Go Vs. All right, folks, we're just starting up now here. Probably a couple of minutes. They'll start taking the field. Just the captains are doing their little meetings, getting themselves pumped up, as you can probably hear over the microphone. I don't know how well that carries out, but I guess we'll get some feedback on that. Shout out to the 54 viewers in the chat right now. It's pretty impressive, seeing as how this is kind of a bit of a last-minute thing. That's a-okay. 54 people. Wow. Okay. Well, that makes me feel pretty good about doing this then. As we're looking to start things off here, hoping for a good one. You hear the crowd getting into it. Don't have exact numbers for you, but it's because the number's probably too big, can't be quantified. And man, listen to them roar. They're excited to see these Laurentian Voyageurs start off what is going to be a phenomenal season here in just a few moments. two-touch gloves. That'll be number 12, Mathieu Pedron, taking the face-off for Laurentian. Something of a star player last year. He's coming back. I believe he's in his third year here at Laurentian University, third, fourth, something like that. You're not here for academics. You're here for lacrosse. As we get the opening face-off in just a moment. Mathieu Pedron, if you can hear all the yelling down there, goes by Pedro. Probably refer to him like that for the rest of the time here. So Mathieu Pedron or Pedro. I guess Pedro. That makes sense. I'm not entirely sure what we're waiting for here. We're already a couple minutes overdue. Looks like, well, I don't know what it looks like. I'm not going to lie to you, but we'll see. See what's up, try and get some info for you in a second here. It looks like we're going to take even more time. Not sure exactly what's going on here, but stay tuned as we'll, like I said, we'll get some answers here in a sec. And now here we go. Only about 9 minutes after scheduled start time, so that's all right. Looks like the boys are taking the field. As I said, that is Matthew Pedron, or Pedro, taking the opening scrim for Laurentian. Scrim, scrum, same thing. As we go over, get started here as they get in position. Ready, refs are going to drop the ball. And we'll be off. Start of the 2025 Laurentian men's lacrosse season. Have a good season, boys. Let's see it. And they're off. Guelph gets possession of the ball. And they quickly start moving the ball up the field, past the neutral zone, into the offensive zone, and there it is. Sends it behind the net. Looking to set up here. These two of them close in. There's a shot, and it's a goal. That was quick. First goal of the season for the Guelph Gryphons in the 2025 season. That was a quick one. We'll wait here just a second to get the name and all that fun stuff. It's a bit of a learning curve. As we're going to second scrum of the game, 1-0 for Guelph. If you're just tuning in now, that was a relatively quick goal. So whistle blows. Guelph maintains possession, sends it up field into the offensive zone, sends it back to the midfield. Guelph setting up here for another offensive attack. Laurentian gets into formation here, hoping to make a defensive stop better than that of the first one. Guelph passing it around now, since behind the net, looking to find that perfect shot. You know, Guelph was big on finding shot quality over quantity last season as they move in towards the net, send it behind, still looking to set up for that golden shot that has been the key for this Guelph team. And there's another one right there. It's a 2-0 lacrosse game. Man, you know, these things, they do tend to happen fast in the world of lacrosse. If you're fairly new to the game, maybe you're a hockey guy, you say it's 2-0 already. Well, that's just kind of how the game goes, and it is quickly a 2-0 lead for the Guelph Gryphons. All right, we go for the third scrum. Oh. We're going to call time this a turnover in possession. And Laurentian has possession for the first time in the game. A little bit of a stumble there by number 97 as he fails to collect the ball, but he has control now. Moving up into the offensive zone, they leave the midfield. There's number 55. They send it back to the midfield, setting up. Laurentian, again, like Guelph, likes their perfect shots. They go for their quality over quantity. That was the name of the game last season. Hopefully that works out here. Good ball movement here by the Voyageurs. Setting it behind the net here. Again, looking for that setup. Guys looking to get open. Good blocking there by number 11. Oh, and he sends it out. And there it goes. So that'll be a Guelph possession there. Laurentian with a solid opportunity there, a couple of chances, but again looking for that number 1 golden shot that they would be able to get off. See the shot clock's going down there at 55. As Guelph transitions into the offensive zone, looks to take a shot, and it's wide, sends it into the backstop, and that should be a Laurentian possession. No, pardon. That'll be Guelph, I guess a country man got that. Send it around. Oh, what a save by Ethan Roos. Now, let me tell you something about Ethan Roos. All-Canadian rookie team last year for CUFLA Lacrosse. Looking for All-Canadian this year is the goal. As Coach said last year, that is a very, very real possibility for Ethan, and he shows off a beautiful save right there as Laurentian takes the ball up the field, number 11. They set up looking for that shot I was talking about. Good passing around the field. Looking to get open, just setting up The Guelph defensive positioning here looks a little shaky as they get in behind the net. Big hits there, you know, a couple of slashes. Send it back into the midfield. Looking to set up, catch their breath maybe. About 18 seconds left on the shot clock here. Ooh, 81 drops the ball and Guelph recovers. It's a turnover. No call there. Looks like he was looking for one there. Nope. Sends it in. And that's a goal. It's the third of the game for the Guelph Gryphons. Looks like one of the Guelph players there was looking for a no call on the hit. Didn't get what he was looking for, but his team gets the goal. So, I guess you can't be too mad about that. It's quickly a 3-0 game for the Guelph Gryphons. If you're just tuning in now, we're looking at getting the clock up. Don't know where that is. Don't know how we're going to figure that out, but you know, that's over the course of the game. I guess that'll be something that we get to. It's a 3-0 for Guelph as we start again here. Laurentian having a couple of decent offensive chances here, but haven't really been able to put anything together as they break up the play. And looks like Laurentian's maybe recovered. No, Guelph gets the ball, sends it out, and they're going to start their offensive. Guelph is setting up once again, looking for that perfect shot that has seemed to work for them so far today. 4 shots and 3 goals. Laurentian applying good defensive pressure. Number 17 behind the net, looking to get in front of the man, and he does. And it's a stoppage in play. Laurentian has possession. Roos is going to send it out. Send it to number 77, who is on his way up the field. We're going to have another Laurentian offensive possession here. Ooh, bit of a bobble there. As they send it back, gives them more time, I suppose, to... Oh! That'll be a stoppage. And a turnover for the Guelph Gryphons. It seems like Laurentian just can't get any offensive pressure going for any sustained period of time. Guelph sets up behind the net and looking for that shot. This isn't the kind of team to just hammer things at the net willy-nilly. No, they're going to be looking exactly, like I said, for that perfect shot. One and done, and it looks like he's finding it. Sends it behind the net. Things are heating up. It's number 13 back there for Guelph holding the ball. Might be looking to shoot, might be looking for a man to pass to. Is he going to find him? Being big pressure there by, that's Andrew Steven, number 17. Laurentian defense as the shot goes wide. Steven putting on defense, but it goes in, and that's number 4 for Guelph. Already here in the first quarter, Guelph is up 4-0. 2 seconds left in the shot clock there, so that was a bit of a nail-biter. And they will return to midfield to start again. Well, we had some technical difficulties there. The audio was bugging out a little bit, but we are back. If you're just joining us, it is now a 6-0 game. That was awkward, to say the least. But, see, scrum. Pedro's fighting with that Guelph midi, and he gets the ball out, but it goes straight to the Guelph midfielder. This is in the offensive zone. Looks to get a shot off. Gets nothing. Laurentian's defense there. As the ball goes loose, and Guelph is going to recover. But very good defensive pressure there by the Laurentian Voyageurs. There's a whistle. They send it back. They're going to redo the play. It's kind of hard to see with that big post in the way, but Guelph takes a quick shot. But what a save by Ethan Roos, the goaltender for the Voyageurs. A phenomenal save. That's the whistle. That'll be time. Well, it's a 6-0 game here, I believe, going into the second quarter. Again, getting the clock out will be something that we focus on. But it's a 6-0 game here for the Guelph Gryphons. Ethan Roos making some very, very big saves at crucial moments there, especially at the end of the quarter. And we'll be back in just a few moments. Do not leave. Stay tuned. All right, as we get started here, the second quarter is underway. 6-0 for the Guelph Gryphons as Laurentian has possession, and they go into the offensive zone. Again, if you're just tuning in, it's been quite the game already. Of course, Guelph showing a dominant performance like they typically do against most teams, not just the Voyageurs. 6-0 already. Nice behind the back pass. A little bit of flash there from number 77. They get in close. That one's off the post, I believe, or off the goaltender, one of the two. As Laurentian tries to recover, and they do, dives on top of the ball. As Laurentian maintains possession. Going for an offensive chance here. Number 97 has the ball, sends it out to the midfield. They look to set up, get their positioning there. Good passing all around by the Voyageurs. Send it across the field. Maybe a shot opportunity there. Gets the shot off, goes off the goaltender. Into the backstop. Guelph regains possession for the first time this quarter as they'll send the ball up the field. Oh, good pickoff there. Almost regains possession, but 47 breaking up the rhythm of the Guelph Gryphons. Guelph looks set up here. Laurentian gets a new man on the field. Good pressure there by the Voyageurs. Drop ball. Doesn't amount to much though as number 4 carries the ball up, sends it to his man behind the net. As they come around looking for a good shooting lane. Doesn't seem like he's going to find one. Has a couple of men open. Sends it to one in the back right. Sends it back up towards the net and behind. The Voyageurs defense not giving them any chances for open lanes. Ethan Roos makes a nice save. The ball sails over the net into the backstop. And Guelph will have another chance. And Steven. Ooh. Solid pass, but could not recover as Ethan Roos comes up, sends the ball up the field. Sends it to his man and takes a little tumble, but what an effort by Ethan Roos going halfway up the field by himself. Breaks a couple of tackles there and sends his scope, or he makes his way back to his net. There's number 14 with the ball. Laurentian breaks into the offensive zone. Laurentian looking for an opening, doesn't get one as the ball travels into the stick or the pole of the Guelph goalie. Nothing doing there as Guelph recovers, sends it up the field. Good defensive pressure there by Laurentian. Flag on the field. Panuelo. Spanish for flag, I think, I hope. That's going to make me seem really dumb. Steven providing good defensive pressure there to the Guelph Gryphon behind the net, sends it over to his buddy. He comes in behind the net, sends it in front. They're going to be looking for a shot here. Gets it off. Nothing doing. It goes wide. Sends it into the backstop. Guelph will have another chance to come in. Laurentian makes a quick defensive change. Some new men come on. Guelph's going to be looking to keep that offensive pressure up. Laurentian playing a solid defensive game so far this quarter. Hoping to continue that solid play throughout the remainder of the quarter. Guelph, nice ball movement around the net. Consummate professionals when it comes to setting up. That one goes in. I really should have not said anything about the good defense here as Laurentian lets one go in. You know, that's commentator's curse being what it is. There's a deep drive to left by Castellanos. That'll make it a 4-0 ball game if you get the reference. But is a 7-0 lacrosse game here at Laurentian in Sudbury. It's 2:39. Decent. We're not quite at the point where I should start talking about the weather yet, but we might be getting there if the things continue as they are. I'm liking the defensive pressure here by the Voyageurs. It's just, you know, Guelph is one of those teams that you make one mistake and they will burn you for it time and time again, as we've seen about 7 times here. Laurentian, again, some very, very solid offensive chances, just haven't gotten anything to go in quite yet. As Guelph wins the scrimmage and they send the ball up the field very quickly, looking to get a shot off here right out of the gate. as they look. They're going to slow things down a little bit, get situated here, look for a good offensive lane, which they find, but a brilliant save by Ethan Roos there. Shuts that chance down. Guelph looks for another shot, and that one finds its way into the back of the net. It'll be an 8-0 game here for the Gryphons, and once again the commentator's curse comes in. One positive you can take away from this game, though, is we have a wonderful crowd here. I'm sure you can hear them as, well, anything happens. Ethan Roos has a lot of fans here today. You can hear every time he makes a phenomenal save, which he has done quite a few times today. You can hear them roaring. Got quite a few more people here than we did at the start. Probably about 100 people or so, maybe more, maybe, I would say probably quite a bit more as we get started here. It's a scrimmage. Pedron fighting with the Guelph midi, and he seems to come away with it. But Guelph recovers, and they're going to recover back in the defensive zone. The goaltender has it. Sends it up the field. Oh, big hit there. Number 66 on Laurentian sends the ball. Whoa! And a massive hit. An absolute tank from number 96. Good Lord. Do not run on that man. He will make you regret it. He's going to be sore in the morning for that one. Wow. What a hit as Laurentian recovers the ball and immediately goes on offense. You cannot teach defense like that. That was outstanding. As Laurentian looks to get their offensive formation set up here. Sends the ball in, goes wide, but Laurentian should recover here. Go for another offensive chance. 31 seconds on the shot clock, so plenty of time here to get another shot off. I liked that chance, just need to get it a little more on net as they're moving the ball around. And it's in! What a shot out of nowhere! I did not see that one coming. Laurentian's first of the year. And listen to this crowd go wild. What a shot. Took a nice bounce there. And man, number 97. First goal of the year for Laurentian. That will make it a 7-1, 8-1 game. Laurentian is on the board. E1 fights with the Griffin midi to get the ball. Does not recover, but definitely breaks up the rhythm as he goes down. Big hit there by number 12. Guelph recovers the ball somehow after all of that. But phenomenal forechecking pressure there by Laurentian. Guelph gets the ball into the offensive zone. They're going to set up here, look for a shot. And what a save by Ethan Roos. A beautiful save. Phenomenal positioning. That's been Ethan Roos' game all last year. Shows off again there. Laurentian seems to have some sort of momentum after that goal, and I can't blame him. The ball goes out of bounds. Guelph offensive man goes to get it. And we'll be back starting up in a second. If you just tuning now, that was Frederick Goudreau scored that goal for Laurentian, number 96. Or pardon me, number 97, Mateo. Pardon me. And that's a goal for the Guelph Gryphons quickly as we were getting set up there. A little technical difficulties there for a second. Bit of technical difficulties there, but as we are back, it's good. As Guelph will have possession, sends it in the offensive zone. Not the best scrimmage there by Pedrona as that one goes in. Bruce visibly frustrated. Defense there not showing as much fire as they had in the first opening minutes of the quarter. Laurentian takes a timeout as they hope to regain some semblance of character here. The score is 9-1 at the moment. It's hard when we don't have the live updates, which should be coming by halftime and then should be more regular at that point. As Laurentian takes the timeout, we will be back in a moment. And we're off here. After that timeout by Laurentian, Guelph makes a quick move to the offensive zone. Hopefully after that Laurentian timeout, I don't know what the coach was saying, but let's see if it sparked anything in the boys. They're putting up solid defensive pressure there as Andrew Steven, laying a couple of taps on the Guelph forward. Steven's been keeping up good offensive or defensive pressure all game. Number 13 for Guelph has the ball, sending it behind the net. Looking to set up here, finding his man. Laurentian puts up good, I'd even say great defensive pressure here. Guelph not getting much to work with, sends it behind the net. Back route in front, and they find their man, and they score. That'll make it a 10-1 game. Well, we knew going in that this was going to be a difficult one, to say the least, for the Voyageurs. Of course, this Guelph team is, well, needless to say, quite good. Quite a few players looking to go pro over the next year or two. Laurentian putting up a good fight. Of course, that goal earlier by Mateo, number 97. The highlight so far, perhaps maybe one might say, Ethan Roos's phenomenal saves that he has made. This is one of those games where you cannot look at the score and say, wow, you know, that goaltender, because that's nothing to do with Ethan Roos at all. He's been playing a very, very solid game up to this point, as Guelph wins the scrim and they move quickly into the offensive zone again, as that ball makes its way through Ethan. Commentator's curse once again getting me, and it seems to be the theme of the day. That ball gets through Roos's legs. Guelph gets yet another one. Just tuning in, it's now a 10-1 cross game here. Great turnout here at the Ben Avery Field here in Sudbury for Laurentian. First game of the season. So we're about to get this next play kicked off here. Mathieu Pedro wins the ball, sends it in the offensive zone, and Laurentian has a chance as Pedro goes down. Does not look happy about that. Gets caught up with the long pole there for Guelph as he heads off the field. But what a good start to this shift for the Voyageurs, winning that face-off. Pedro taking a bit of a tumble there, but Laurentian sets up here. It's going to be looking for some offense. There's Mateo. You see him setting up there. Scored the first and only goal of the game so far for the Voyageurs. Setting up, looking to get clear from his man. Laurentian moves the ball around. Been quite successful moving the ball around. That seems to be their big thing right now in the offensive zone, is just getting the passes down. Mateo holds the ball and will be looking to break through his defender. Loses the ball. And Guelph's defense is solid. You're going to have to do a lot more than that. Mateo, nice spin move. Another spin move. Gets around him, but sends the ball wide. Laurentian will recover. In cases like that, sometimes that's the only thing you can do. Or no, sorry, I lied to you just there. Guelph will recover. Goaltender has the ball in his pole. Sends it up to midfield. Number 27 there, pretty well alone as number 81 comes in. Sends the ball up. He's looking for a shooting lane. He sends it back. Going to give themselves a little bit of time to refresh here. Get some fresh legs on the field. So they go behind the net. He's moving quick. Sends it in front. Doesn't quite get to his man. Good defensive pressure there by Laurentian, but Guelph recovers the ball. Big shot in there, and what a save by Ethan Roos. Gets in front of that ball, gets all of that ball, and Laurentian recovers as he sends it up the field. Good forecheck there, though, by Guelph. So Laurentian loses it, but recovers. Ooh, big tumble there by number 3. Got a holding and a pushing there as both men come off. Laurentian with a good opportunity here. I'll have to see if they capitalize. 46 seconds left on the shot clock. Plenty of time to make a good offensive try. Laurentian moves the ball into the offensive zone, looking to find a lane. Sending the ball around. Goes right to the net, and a good save by the Gryphon goaltender who recovers the ball. It was a good opportunity there by number 55. Just nothing doing. Laurentian puts up good pressure. And an interception there. Phenomenal midfield play. Drops the ball, but that's all right. Laurentian recovers, number 14. Takes a shot, and it goes just wide. Number 1, Adam Hafner, covers the ball, sends it over. Laurentian moving the ball around the field. of a bobble there. They recover, sends it to 97, Mateo. Back up to Hafner. Moving the ball around the offensive zone, back to Mateo. Finds number 14, tries to get through his man. Seems to, oh! A big tumble there. It's number 22 there for Guelph, has a 2-minute penalty for tripping, and Laurentian gains an even greater opportunity there to put up some offensive numbers. Laurentian moves the ball in, gets a shot off. Didn't seem to make it through there. Laurentian fighting desperately for the ball. That's as Guelph recovers. Laurentian gets it back. It's chaotic here. Oh, and a big tumble there for Hafner. He gets back on his feet. Laurentian moves into the offensive zone, looking to set up here. Mateo recovers the ball in the midfield, and they're going to look to come back here. 37 seconds left on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Number 1, Hafner gets it, sends it back to Mateo. Guelph gets the ball on a chance, and there it is. Another shot, another goal by the Guelph Gryphons. Some great offensive chances there by the Laurentian Voyageurs, just nothing doing. Once again, this Guelph defense is putting up one heck of a fight. Nothing is coming easy right now for the Voyageurs, despite the power plays, despite the penalties on the Guelph Gryphons team. Several of them to this point. Laurentian playing a fairly clean game, which of course you love to see, both teams, and you know how these things can get pretty out of hand sometimes, so it's good to see that we're seeing, for the most part, there's a big scrimmage there in the middle of the field to get possession of the ball. It's hard to tell who's coming away with it, but it's Guelph. Guelph comes away from the scrum with possession. So in the offensive zone, number 13 for the Gryphons. Sends it behind the net. There's Andrew Stephen there, holding his man. Guelph sends the ball around, back to number 13 there, on the left side. Comes around the front, sends it to his man. From the point, moves in, takes the shot. It makes its way in for another Guelph goal. It's turned into a bit of an ugly scene here. You can imagine the frustration is mounting for Laurentian Voyageurs. Still putting up very high quality, both offense and defensive formations and plays. You just, you get a team like Guelph who's just got so many different ways they can come at you and get you. It's hard to cover them all, but Laurentian putting in their fair share of work. So Laurentian recovers the ball here. You're going to be looking for a comeback offensive possession here. The ball is behind the net. As they go for a change, get a fresh set of legs here. Is Grant Petronovich, number 55, coming up calling for the ball. Bit of a distraction. Mateo DeCiccio standing on the other side of the field, possibly looking for the ball, hoping for his second of the game. Number 11 sends it down to Mateo. Has the ball, fights with that Guelph defender, sends it back to number 11, that's Rowan Smith. Something of a star player for this team is Smith. Among the best scorers on this Laurentian team. As they look to set up Smith with the ball. Puts a nice juke on that defender who loses his footing. As another long pole comes in to cover Rowan, who looks in no man's land here, sends it, Hail Mary pass that gets intercepted by Guelph as they move up the field. Oh! A good block there by number 96, Frederic. Not sure if it was intentional or not, took him off the head, but, you know, you take him where you can get him, especially against this Guelph team. Guelph looks to set up here. That was Frederic Gouraud. All these French names I'm not pronouncing properly. As Ethan Roos is trying to make it through two defenders at once, and he almost does. Gonna call here from the ref. Ethan Roos does a lot himself here. It's been the name of his game in the first half here so far. Got to be winding down on the first half. Wish I could tell you what the time is. Alas, we do not have access to that information in this 11-1 game as we get a timeout. We will be right back as soon as the action starts back up again. And before I go, I should inform you that there will be a penalty called on number 13 there for, looks like he sucked the elbow out. A little bit of a dirty chicken wing there. You can't do that. As we'll get a stoppage in play, and we will be back momentarily. And we're back here. Laurentian has offensive zone pressure. Takes a shot, but a good save by the Guelph goalie. Oh, and a whistle. As we go to halftime here, we are sitting at an 11-1 game here for the Voyageurs. And, well, like I said, it's been a bit of a rough one, but hopefully this Voyageurs team can come out after halftime and put on more of a show. We'll be back here in a few moments. And stay tuned until then. Sit tight. We'll be back with some more Laurentian Voyageurs lacrosse action in a moment. Well, welcome back, folks. As we're just getting into the start of the third quarter here, I actually lied to you on air about the score. It's not 11-1. It is, in fact, 14-1 for the Guelph Gryphons. Again, please, CUFLA, if you're listening, update the scores online. Makes my job a lot easier. Laurentian putting up quite a bit of a fight. I heard some of the talk there during halftime. Coach just warming up the boys. As we are off here, Guelph has possession. Sends it into the offensive zone, big pass. Moving around the net. Sends it in front, back to the midfield. As Guelph is looking to set up on offense here. Laurentian putting up good pressure. Moves in. Moving the ball around here. Guelph playing the slow game here. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gets the shot. Doesn't get the shot off. Gets the shot off there, and it goes in. Not sure if he beat the shot clock there, but it looks like it was just at the last second there, as it will become a 15-1 game for the Guelph Gryphons. Guelph once again has possession. Going through the midfield, getting a fresh set of legs here. So there's a whistle on the play. A turnover for Laurentian. So they move it through the midfield into the offensive zone. Misses the pass though, and it looks like, hard to say, but it looks like Guelph will recover. Guelph long pole. Sends the ball up the field into the offensive zone. That was quick. Gets it around the net. Sends it behind. Looking for their man. They find him. Laurentian not having any of it. Getting two men on the guy, so he cannot get the shot off. But there is a shot, and there's another. Oh. That'll be another goal. Guelph bring it to 16-1. So you hear the crowd go wild for Carter Payer, number 25, known as CJ, a fan favorite here amongst the Laurentian faithful. Maybe he will be the X factor to bring Laurentian back from this 16-1 deficit. When I say it like that, it sounds pretty bad, but Guelph has possession of the ball once again, winning the scrimmage. Moving the ball around behind the net. Once again looking to set up here. Number 29 for Guelph sends it back into the midfield. Looking for a lane here. Guelph's man gets through, but a big save by Ethan Roos. Keeps the score where it is. We've seen that all day from Ethan. Laurentian's man brings the ball up. Bit of a hit, knocks the ball out there, and Guelph will recover. Send it to the offensive zone. This man's coming on hard. Bit of an errant pass there. Mateo DeCiccio comes out. And Laurentian knocks the ball away, gets it out of their offensive zone into the defensive zone of the Guelph Gryphons. A good play there. Ball is sent over. Guelph looking around, finding their options. As they charge into the offensive zone. Quick feet, behind the back shot, way wide. Getting a little fancy on them here, Guelph is. Doesn't seem to work out there. They recover the ball. Sent to the front of the net, where it is intercepted by a member of the Laurentian Voyageurs who drops it. Guelph maintains possession, but a good defensive play there by the Voyageurs. So the man comes around. Big hit there on the stick by Ethan Roos. And a massive deflection there by the Laurentian defender. That absolutely just saved a goal. So credit where credit is due. That's the kind of defensive plays that I know the coach and myself included, all of us, are looking for. If you're a fan of the Voyageurs, you want to see more of that and less of what we just saw as a turnover in the defensive zone by Laurentian. They send it in, and that's a goal for Guelph. Bit of a sloppy play there for the Voyageurs. It's number 13 for the Gryphons, I believe. Last touched that, and it will become a 17-1 game. Of course, Laurentian is doing their best here to hold off the Guelph Gryphons offense, but this offense just keeps on coming. Laurentian has possession of the ball. We're just having a little bit of technical difficulties once again, but we seem to be back. The ball is sent up wide. Laurentian looks to set up here for another offensive chance, hoping, praying to get something going here. Nice little spin move. Can't quite burn the defender, but he's moving up into the offensive zone. Ball gets sent and dropped by number 16, looking for the recovery that he does not find. And Guelph bobbling the ball a little bit, but recovers. Bit of an awkward play there on all fronts as the ball is deflected by number 7. Laurentian has the ball, and it's a goal! What a recovery and what a shot in the offensive zone. Number 11, he's down, does not look too badly bruised, but what a shot and what a goal. As that is the second of the season for the Voyageurs, second of the game. And you know what? Let me say it, they might be back in this one. Was star midfielder Rowan Smith with that goal. Oh, and a massive hit by the Guelph midi. Bit of a scrimmage here. But Guelph comes away with the ball, sends it in the offensive zone, rolls it to his man. But Laurentian recovers. But we're going to have a stoppage. That goal by Rowan Smith. What a shot and what a goal. Still hung up over that. So we're now into a 17-2 game. Guelph setting up. around the perimeter of the offensive zone. Maybe a bit of indecisiveness here, maybe looking for their man as he seems to have found where he wants to go. Number 14 sends it in, sends it across, and a shot off the crossbar or off of Ethan Roos. I can't tell which, but either way, it stays out of the Laurentian net, and the score remains the same. A 17-2 game. Guelph moves up the field, recovering after that shot, that errant shot. Number 16 skipping along here, trying to burn the defender, which he does. Nice move, gets in there, sends it back to his man. A shot, and it makes its way in. That's number 14. Spits on the field. That was gross. But I guess when you score in CUFLA Lacrosse, you can do what you want. It becomes an 18-2 game. Guelph gets one back here, and from that Rowan Smith goal that we're still in awe about. The crowd was going wild as Guelph wins the scrum. Quickly comes up a little shot that Ethan Roos saves easily. Still the crowd going insane for Ethan Roos. He's got a lot of fans here. Laurentian's got a lot of fans here today. A couple of trips up, and man, looks like he's not quite down. He comes slowly off the field. That one looked like it hurt. It's number 81. Looks like he's all right. He's coming to his stride. Number 77 moves the ball up the field. It's number 1, Hafner there. Getting towards the net. Drops the ball. Guelph recovers. It's a bit of a rough showing there, but defensive pressure by these Guelph Gryphons is no joke. Nice hit there by Laurentian. Guy breaks up the rhythm a little bit, but Guelph maintains control in midfield. They're going to look to set up here as a change comes on. Sends it over to number 8. And then to number 4. Sends it behind the net. Again, looking for that perfect shot we were talking about in the first quarter. That Guelph is purely a quality over quantity team. Looks like they're about to get another shot off here. From behind the net, a pass. Makes it to his man. Ball is knocked out, though. Phenomenal defensive play there by number 17, Andrew Stephen. Keeps the ball away from the Guelph offense as it goes out of play. Have a short little stoppage here. I believe we have a penalty on the field, although I'm not entirely sure what for. Again, they don't update us on these things, but Guelph has possession of the ball behind the net. And it goes over the head, over the pole, the outstretched pole of number 14, the Guelph midfielder, as he recovers, goes back into the offensive zone to try again. Oh, but that pass is errant, goes over the head, and that'll be out of bounds. Very sloppy offense there from the Guelph Gryphons power play unit. As Laurentian heads down the field after that abysmal showing by Guelph. Number 14 loses the ball. Guelph recovers. I should stop speaking down about Guelph. They make me regret it. Behind the back pass around. Oh, but a good deflection there by number 96. Frederick Garneau sends the ball out of play. Disrupts the rhythm here of Guelph. That was a scary looking chance. Guelph sizing up the Laurentian defense here. Moving the ball around. Hoping to get a shot off, trying to find a lane, which they do not. That's a big hit there by Steven. But a shot, and it finds its way into the back of the net there for Guelph's 18th goal. And you just cannot be leaving men open like that. It's a tough one here for Laurentian. But easy opportunities like that lead to easy goals, and that is what has been the name of this game. In the third quarter here, if you're just tuning in, we're looking 19-2 for the Guelph Gryphons. started here with the opening scrum. Guelph has possession. It's been the story all day. I believe all but 2 of the opening scrums have been won by Guelph Gryphon players. But there's a turnover there. Laurentian will recover the ball, head up the field. Number 47 makes his way through several defenders, sends it over to 55. There'll be a stoppage though. Looks like an offside. And Guelph will regain possession of the ball. Ball sent down. Guelph has it in the offensive zone. So number 27 sizing his man up, sends it back behind the net, looking for options here. This ball is set in front, looking to get around the defender. Takes a shot, and it bounces wide, goes over the backstop. Guelph will have a chance to reset here. 36 seconds left on the shot clock. It's 19-2 game here in the third quarter. Number 60 on Guelph motions for his man to get open. Gets himself open. Kind of stumbles there. Number 3 playing great defensive pressure, but the ball gets through, and it's another goal. Guelph keeping the pressure on all game long, have not taken their foot off of the gas pedal as of yet. That will be the 20th goal of the game for the Guelph Gryphons. Well, we said it going into this game that Guelph is a scary, scary good team, and they have been showing that all game long. Laurentian clinging on to those 2 goals that they scored earlier in the game. That was Matteo DeCiccio and Rowan Smith. Scrimmage comes up here. Laurentian, Pedro pushes his man away, but Guelph recovers. They move into the offensive zone yet again for another try. Sends the ball over to his man. There's a pass to the side of the net. Almost a fake shot. Something of a pump fake. So Guelph sets up here. Gets a couple of fresh new legs on in the midfield. Motions for his man to get open. It's number 24 there. Gets set. Sends the ball across. Ball sent across again, and a shot, and another goal. Another goal here for Guelph. As things are getting truly, truly ugly here for the Laurentian Voyageurs. Resume play here. Laurentian not off to the start of the season they were hoping for, but some promise here as they recover the ball on the opener. Guelph putting up one heck of a fight though. Hard to say as they almost crash into the scorekeeper's booth. Laurentian maintains possession here. Number 55 carries the ball up, and it's a stoppage. The Laurentian will maintain possession. They'll resume play here. Number 14 makes his way around. Gets the shot off. It goes wide. Sends it to the backstop. The Laurentian will continue this offensive pressure. Number 7 moving the ball up. Having to deal with that pesky number 23. We've seen him all game. Making the Laurentian forwards have a rough time, to say the least. Defensive pressure there by number 23 on Guelph. Number 55 has possession. Tries to send it in, but it's intercepted by number 24, who has possession. Sends it to his man across the field. The long pole, who runs up the field. Sends it around to his midfielder. Sends it to the forward. Gets a shot off potentially. Shot. And that's a save by Ethan Roos. Wasn't sure exactly what happened there. Hard to track. Ethan sends it away. That ball is out of bounds. But wow. Ethan Roos alone. Just him against the forward. And somehow makes the save. The Guelph man fighting with those Cobra chickens down there on the track. Those Canadian geese. Scary buggers they are. I guess he's in full gear with a stick, so I guess he has, good reason not to be as scared. I'd be scared too. As Guelph has possession. What a save by Ethan Roos, though. I mean, we've seen several of those throughout the course of this game. As Guelph gets the shot off, and another save. I believe that went off of Roos's leg. The ball goes wide. Guelph will have another opportunity here with 43 seconds left on the shot clock. Ball is sent around. Shot way high. That had to have been deflected or something. Otherwise, that was abysmal. As Guelph has possession here. Big spin move there by the offensive player. A shot, sends it in, and it makes its way past Ethan Roos. That'll be a goal. Another one for Guelph. Just as the Laurentian defense looked like they were putting something together, it becomes a 22-2 game. As we come back here after that goal, Laurentian just, well, it's a rough one, that's to say the least. But Pedro, ooh, big hit. Hope he's okay. He seems down. He's absolutely in pain if we're going to get a stoppage here. He's back on his feet. Stumbling, took a nasty dip there. Collision with the Guelph midi, but he seems to be in good spirits. Guelph continues their play, moving up the offensive zone. As we see Pedro on the sidelines there, having a chat with one of the trainers. Hopefully he's okay, and hopefully he can get back into this game. He is a big part of this Voyageurs team. Guelph sets up. Number 16 looking for a man to get open. Moves around to number 13. The outskirts of the offense zone. Moves in. Gets a shot off. And it's in. Past Ethan Roos. And that is yet another one for the Guelph Gryphons. We're at 23-2 here. And this one's certainly not going the way that Laurentian had hoped. However, there is some good news for the Voyageurs. Matthew Pedron is back on the field. Seems that Dipsy Doodle there could not keep him off the field. I know that guy's got a lot of grit. Take a broken leg to keep Pedro off the field, that's for sure. Even then. So we get started here. The next play of the game, as I said, 23-2 for the Guelph Gryphons. As Pedro loses his helmet and Guelph gets the ball. An absolute effort there by Pedro. The ball is sent over. That's off the post or off of Roos. I can't tell one way or the other. That ball is bounced back to midfield. Guelph moves into the offensive zone. Then he sends it to his man. His back looks to go off for a change. Guelph sets up here in the offensive zone. Number 6 moves around. Good defensive pressure here by Laurentian. That's another one that hits off the crossbar, off the post, maybe off the corner. And Laurentian trying to recover, but they can't quite. As that'll be the end of the third quarter. we get underway here to start the fourth quarter. If you're just tuning in now, 62 of you, by the way, tuning in, which we absolutely appreciate that. Thank you for bearing with us through our technical difficulties and all that. But it's 23-2 here for Guelph. You know, somehow the weather actually cooperated with us today. It was looking a little rainy before. You can tell the field's not looking quite peak, but that's all right. We at 3:41 here, we're going to start the fourth and last quarter of the game. At this point for Laurentian, as we get a stoppage here. But at this point for Laurentian, of course, 23-2. We're just taking it one play at a time. 0-0 game, and just build the skills. Build the skills, build the chemistry. This is the first game, all these guys together. A lot of new additions for Laurentian's lacrosse team this year. And while this is not exactly the showing that they may have been hoping for, there is absolutely some promising things to take away from this game. Guelph moves the ball around, getting in through that defense. Can't quite, as they send the ball around back of the net, looking to recover, or looking to reset, I should say, rather. Number 47 having outstanding offensive pressure on the Guelph offensive man. As he finally makes his way through, gets a pass across, the shot, makes it through. And that'll be another one for the Guelph Gryphons, making it 24-2. We get to this scrimmage here. Matthew Pedron looks like he's doing all right. Of course, he is not taking the scrimmage anymore, but just a little update from that injury, or potential injury, I should say. The ball is in Guelph zone as they quickly take it out and are trying to get past midfield, which they will do. They'll make it into the offensive zone here with a pass from the long pole, who retreats back into his own end. As Guelph looks to set up here. Mostly just passing around, nothing too explosive at the moment until number 14 gets the ball. Looked like he was thinking about a shot, but he thinks otherwise. Thinks better of it and sends it back to his man. Guelph's going to restart the offensive pressure. The ball is sent across. Number 7 can't quite get there for Guelph, and 81 on Laurentian recovers as he tries to get past the midfielders. Bit of a cross-check there that does not seem to phase 81. He sends it across number 47, who has a bit of trouble picking that ball up. As he tries to get it, another man comes in for Laurentian to help. That's Andrew Stephen, but he can't quite get there. And Guelph will recover the ball in the offensive zone. As he gets the ball through, can't quite get a hold of it though, as Andrew Stephen comes away with the ball. We get a stoppage in play. A couple of good opportunities there for Guelph, but nothing doing there. The ball is sent out. Number 7 there for Guelph. Gets a shot off, and it gets through. Number 7 for Guelph scores once again. It is now a 25-2 Guelph game. It has been all Guelph. Every second of this game has been all Guelph. So Laurentian has not been able to find an answer for the Guelph Gryphons. We're going to get a stoppage on the play, and Pedro takes a bit of a spill. Laurentian has the ball. That was a good scrimmage by Pedro. This ball Ball sent into Laurentian's offensive zone. Going to be looking for another offensive chance here. So Mateo DeCiccio has the ball, sends it over to number 16. Ball is being moved around. Good offensive pressure here by the Voyageurs, but even better defensive pressure as the ball is sent away. Mateo should be able to recover, as he does. Gets past the defender, sends it behind the net. It's number 7 there for Laurentian. Comes in close, but drops the ball, and Guelph recovers. But there is a whistle. There will be a cross-checking call on Guelph. Laurentian will continue their offensive hopes and dreams here early into the fourth quarter, or more midway into the fourth quarter, I should say. Ball's being sent around. A phenomenal offensive chance here for Laurentian, with Guelph down a man after that cross-checking penalty. 2 minutes. And a shot that goes off of the Guelph goaltender. Laurentian will recover. They'll have another opportunity here with 41 seconds left on the shot clock. Plenty of time to get something going. It's number 11. Sends it in from the point, but Guelph makes a save. Oh, but an interception! A huge interception there by number 11. But a massive save by the Guelph goaltender. Guelph retains possession. But what an interception there by number 11, Rowan Smith. Keeping that offensive play alive for a few more seconds until what a save by the Guelph goaltender. So we apologize for the camera keeps going out. It's a bit of a rough one here. As we get a timeout, we'll try and fix some of those technical difficulties. Seems to be back fairly well here. Laurentian still in the middle of their power play. It's a, as I said, it's a bit of a rough one here. 23-2. Laurentian having some issues getting the offense going there. Looked like a fairly decent chance. Sorry, it was 25-2, I should say, for Guelph. But Laurentian seemed to have a fairly decent shot there at getting some offense, but no dice. We'll see how they recover after this quick little interruption. As we get back going here after that quick little timeout by Laurentian, they are still in the offensive zone and are looking to get their third goal of the game. The first two coming from Mateo DeCiccio and then Rowan Smith second. As there's DeCiccio right there, sends it across to Smith. Two premier offensive players on this team. Laurentian bobbles the ball, and Guelph recovers and sends it into the offensive zone. Ball sent across, and it gets by. Once again, Laurentian giving up. Well, very good look for Guelph. And I should make note that we do have a goaltender change here. Ethan Roos is now out of the game. That's number 18, Ethan Roos, in favor of number 30, Kevin McFarland, a first-year interdisciplinary studies student out of Toronto, Ontario. He's making his first appearance here this season and his first appearance for the Voyageurs. Nice beard on that Kevin McFarland. Look at that. That's what a man. I wish I could grow a beard like that. But it's gotten to that point of the broadcast where we start talking about people's beards. But Ethan Roos, a second year look, we said he was a rookie last year. Phenomenal rookie year. Just a rough one today for number 18, Roos. And he'll look to bounce back next week. Pedron seems to have possession of the ball here out of the scrimmage. That doesn't happen too very often this day. And we'll get a stoppage in play. Pedro comes off the field. Laurentian will maintain possession. So very, very well done by Pedro. Comes off the field. Still looks a little beaten up from that big hit earlier, but he seems to be making his way around quite fine. This ball is sent to DeCiccio, 97. Laurentian looks to set up offensively. A pass to Hafner, number 1. Goes a little errant, but seems to be recovered. Tries to pick up the ball, sent to number 7. Steps out of bounds. Forced out of bounds by the Guelph defender. The ball is recovered by Guelph and is sent. Oh, as we get a whistle on the play. And number 7 is Jake Sudsbury, so he picked the right city to go to play for. Sudsbury out of Barrie, Ontario. Barrie, Ontario, where I am from. Hometown rep, Barrie, Ontario, number 7. I did not know that, so that gives me something to be hyped about. Forgot Jake is from Barrie. Shout out to Barrie Bombers Lacrosse. They're pretty bad too. But Guelph has the ball in the offensive zone. They're sending the ball passing around. Guelph makes its way in, but a big save there by McFarland. Maybe it's the power of that nice beard he's got. As the ball is sent back out in the midfield, and Guelph has to reset their offensive drive. But quickly, they're coming back in. The ball is sent. Very, very good defensive pressure there. As the ball goes over the net on a bounce. Solid defensive pressure there by Laurentian. Number 3 for Guelph has the ball. Sends it across. Looking to set up here. Looking to find that shooting lane, which he may have. Sends it across. And they back off. Maybe they haven't found that shooting lane yet. Or there's CJ Carter-Payeur. CJ, number 25, putting some defense on. They go behind the net. There's number 96, Frederic. The ball gets back in front. A shot! That is saved by McFarland. A nice save there. Little hop on the play, and he has possession. And Laurentian will try and make something of this big, and when I say big, I mean big defensive stop that they have needed desperately. There's Rowan Smith. Comes up with the ball. It's all low. Takes the shot, and it's off. Just a little bit off. Laurentian will recover. 38 seconds left on the shot clock. Plenty of time to get a few more shots off. I like that shot there by Rowan. By Rowan Smith, should say. If you're just tuning in now, so we have a little bit of camera troubles here. It is a 25-2 game for the Guelph Gryphons here midway through the fourth quarter. As Laurentian brings it in, Rowan Smith seems to have possession and loses it. As Guelph recovers and sends it back through the midfield. But no, Laurentian gets in the way. Guelph recovers once again. Sends the ball back to their goaltender. Has possession. Long pass into the midfield to the long pole. Sends it up, but misses the pass, and Laurentian will recover. There's Rowan Smith, or no, pardon me. Number 14 with the ball. See Avery Brooks heading up there into the offensive zone behind the net. Maybe they'll be looking to feed it to him. Laurentian seems to be set up for their offensive try. We'll see what they can muster here. Rowan Smith, number 11, with the ball. Looking around, finding his options. Will he take it himself? Will he send it to one of his men? And here Avery Brooks calling out to him. That's number 16 up towards the top of your screen there. The ball is sent in. Back to Rowan Smith. Ball is sent across. That's Hafner. Number 1, Adam Hafner shoots the ball. Doesn't quite get off. Takes a bit of a tumble there. as the Gryphons, Guelph, cover the ball and send it to the offensive zone. It's number 13. We've seen a lot of number 13 today. Laurentian covering the ball here on that out of bounds. Sends it back to McFarland, the goaltender. Still cannot get over that man's beard. Good lord. The ball comes up through the defensive zone. Is sent to the midfield, straight to DeCiccio as he makes it past the defenders. What a move. You can hear the crowd going wild for DeCiccio. Not too much to go wild about so far, but Laurentian looking to change that. There's number 11, Rowan Smith. Sends the ball up. Number 7, that is Jake Sudbury from Barrie, Ontario. Barrie, Ontario native, my guy. Or there's number 7 behind the net. Sorry, I'm getting 1 and 7 confused. As there's Sudbury getting close to the net. Looks for a shot. It's deflected. Goes out of bounds, but Laurentian should recover here. Another chance. DeCiccio sends the ball across. Laurentian gets in close into the crease, but the ball is dropped on a big hit to Avery Brooks and a flag on the field. Penuelo. They're asking for a trainer on the field. Man is down behind the net. It's hard to see who exactly that is. Looks like a Guelph player. Here's hoping that he is okay. Some of the Guelph players start to take a knee here. We'll give you as many updates as we can as we find out. The trainer and coach still down with the Guelph player. It's never something you want to see bigger than lacrosse, of course. The crowd has gone absolutely silent here. You can hear the applause now as the Guelph player is to his feet, being helped back to the bench by the training staff, which you absolutely love to see. He's on his own 2 feet, of course, needing assistance, but being able to walk off the field on his own power is a good sight. So we'll get things going here in a second, midway through the 4th quarter. It's a scary sight here at Laurentian, but things seem to be clearing up. Hoping for a speedy recovery for that young man. It's like I said, you hate to see it. We'll try and give you as many updates as we can as things go on. Of course, updates have not been our strong suit today. The lack of information we are provided, but We'll do our best. As play restarts here, we're going to be Laurentian still in the offensive zone. It's number 97, Matteo DeCiccio. As the pass goes a little wide, ends up behind the net. The ball is sent across, and a big save there by Guelph's goalie as the ball will head out of bounds. Here's Matteo DeCiccio. Carries the ball, sends it across the field. Laurentian trying to find something, anything they can to muster a bit of offense here. There's Rowan Smith, number 11. Already has a goal in this one. There's number 1. There's Hafner. He's looking for a lane, trying to get past the defender. It looks like he almost did, but the ball is knocked out of his pole. It was Adam Hafner, number 1. As Guelph retakes possession of the ball and sends it down the field. So go for a change here. Both teams get some fresh legs offensively and defensively. Guelph sending the ball across. It's getting pretty chilly out here. You see a couple of the Guelph players are bundling up. I guess they're not used to that Sudbury weather. Soft hands, I think, is the legal term we use for people like that. Oh my goodness, what a hit! Guelph, number 64, just absolutely barrels through number 3 on his way to the net. Doesn't seem like much is coming from it yet. Well, as we get to the waning hours of this game, we get another stoppage in play here. Guelph seems to be at a bit of a standstill. Could be because of the cold. Could be tired. Laurentian tries to send the ball up, but Guelph recovers. Long pole takes the ball through midfield. He's dilly-dallying here. As we reach a bit of a break in the action here, as that is the game. Again, we don't have the time, so that is the final score of the game. It'll be 25-2 for the Guelph Gryphons. Sorry about how awkward that was, but we will, figure this out for the next couple of streams here as the teams go off. Congratulate on the field. As I said, 25-2 was the showing here. Guelph beats Laurentian. In the coming weeks, we will see next weekend, Saturday, September 13th. The Laurier Golden Hawks will be hosting our Laurentian Voyageurs, followed by the Nipissing University cross team hosting our Voyageurs on the 20th, and then we will be back in Sudbury against U of T. We will be back in the booth with all of your stats, hopefully this time on the 27th, or the next upcoming game. So stay tuned for that every Saturday. We will have Laurentian Voyageurs Lacrosse for you. That game in Laurier will be at 1:30 p.m. next weekend. If you're just tuning in now, well, that's rough. The game's over. 25-2 is the score for the Guelph Gryphons. A rough one, of course, for Laurentian, but a nice showing of sportsmanship here. I am Jackson Lee, here in the booth at Laurentian University in Sudbury. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.